All right, thank you for joining me. This is Smokey Approved Korea. I'm your boy journalist, and on this one, we are here to watch the explained video by DKDK This is the explained by a Korean. Thank you guys very much for joining me. The video is already out. If you are watching this one and would like to see that reaction as well, that's out. That said, please hit the like, subscribe. Patreon's in the description box. Also, I just released my first music video for this year, so if you could go check that out, it is on the channel. It's called Plastic Pounds. And that said, thank you for joining me. Let's get into this one and see what we got.
So here we have another clever song from the BTS rap line spitting out fire, just like Dang. But if you thought this song was to diss haters and crush them, well, I would say that is maybe like 50% right. It's actually deeper than that. So let's dive into the real meaning of the song. So Suga starts out with saying that the haters are starting to get triggered again, and they get triggered so fast that even before the actual fuel is poured, they ignite and burn themselves. It means that haters overreact and blow things out of proportion with the smallest details. And in that process, they don't know that they're actually hurting themselves with all the negativity. Now he's being sarcastic and calling the haters a pro, a player that enters the ring with a trivial little flaw and keeps on biting on that and doesn't let go, making a big fuss out of it. So 동네북 is literally translated into neighborhood drum. This is a Korean expression that means a drum that anybody can hit on, basically meaning an easy target or person to shit on. Dung 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 is how Koreans pronounce the sound of a drum. The haters keep on poking with no reason, like a boxing player that keeps on jabbing. And if Suga keeps on ignoring them, they start to stab him. This expression 담궈버리다 is actually a very hardcore slang used by Korean gangs when they stab people with knives. The original word 담그다 would mean to put an object into a liquid, usually used in terms of kimchi or salted seafood called 젓갈. The common thing among these foods is that they are all red, liquidy, and they go inside jars afterwards for fermentation. So you can see why gangs would use this word in that kind of way. And 푸 is a word that expresses the action of stabbing into something very deep and powerfully.
그 늙은 꼰대 새끼들 잘들 감시해.
만에 하나라도 꼬로막에 굴거나 수틀리게 나오면 나가지고 창을 내가지고 젓갈을 담궈버리려니까 말입니다, 형님.
넌 어째 나이를 처먹고도 여전히 무지막지하니? 험한 새끼. 젓갈이 뭐냐 젓갈이. 아, 나 유한 새끼.
Now notice that the mimetic words 둥둥둥, 툭툭, and 푹푹 all rhyme with uk and each other, and they all escalate by each line from hitting a drum to jabbing and stabbing. So haters start off trying to tease and make fun of Suga, but when he doesn't respond, they start jabbing and stabbing him. The truth becomes a lie becomes the truth. It's funny to see everyone suddenly becoming a morally perfect and flawless human being. And yeah, I know a little bit about this too, and it seems like the typical characteristics of many online communities and platforms with people that have nothing better to do in real life than spread hate towards others. Get a life, guys.
I do like that the truth line here, but what is it? Even the truth becomes a lie, lies becomes the truth. I do like that line, but I find it so fascinating that it's almost just like when I kind of picked up drill, like in 2015, 2016. I started listening to drill, but the way that I heard drill first, due to being in English, I could understand it through its context, so I could pick up words. But when I'm listening to the music in Korean, I am now no longer afforded the same language tools to kind of in context understand things. So it's very fascinating that without my context and then hearing the nuance of how certain words mean certain other things, like the one that Suga is used for stab, those are the things that I just find very interesting, because I'm just like, the level of nuance in word choice that you have to have when you want to do something like that to really convey a message is completely lost, not only due to translation, but just also you have to want to learn about a culture at a certain level to be able to then understand it at that level. So when you do hear it, it doesn't just sound like stab. It's all the cultural additions that this gentleman has provided today that also make it up to make it be even crazier, because it's like, oh, wow. It's like it's very multi-layered with certain words that these guys are choosing, and that's stuff I really do appreciate.
Of many online communities and platforms with people that have nothing better to do in real life than spread hate towards others. Get a life, guys. RM states that rage is an actual emotion that is sometimes needed. He says that people have the right to get mad at certain things, and that might be our history. The word history can be used in general terms, as in a nation or the world's history, or in terms of BTS themselves, like how their success and legacy was motivated and accomplished through anger. But overall, RM acknowledges the fact that rage can likely change the world. Now, Korea is a nation full of rage against many surrounding countries that invaded and colonized our land. Also, don't forget the most recent incident of rage impeached our former president as well.
What the hell happened that y'all was impeaching folks?
But he says that the anger that heads towards him is not 분노, rage, but 분뇨, human waste, PP and poo-poo. He says that haters are actually killing anger with their fake anger, and numerous people are tired of that. This means that the useless negative energy or anger about stupid things haters throw around in the world is actually devaluating the power and impact of the word anger. RM keeps on going by saying that your anger is not just killing us. We're used to that shit anyways. But the real problem is that people are getting insensitive about the emotion anger itself, since it's so normalized and thrown towards them and in every direction. He keeps on going by saying that human waste and indifference is a team, which is what the haters are and deserve. Then the rap line goes, ook. Ook is a Korean term that describes the state of blood suddenly rushing to your head in a second right after you see something infuriating.
Say word.
It's usually used towards people who don't know how to keep their temper and are hot-headed. BTS cleverly translated ook into ugh, very similar to how it sounds in English, and also gives that feeling of a sudden disgust or frustration. Then why does the rap line suddenly feel angry? Because of the haters? Well, not exactly. They're actually mad because of the anger that contains malice. At this point, they don't care about what haters shit on them anymore. They're angry about the fact that this pure emotion called anger is being used in such a malicious way to hurt them or others, which result in nothing else but harm. It doesn't change the world or history, and that's why they bring up the word 분뇨, human waste, because anger is becoming wasted. Then J-Hope goes on and says that he's angry about the anger that got extinguished. In accordance with the previous lyrics, this means that J-Hope is angry that at some situations when anger was truly needed for like a protest or a good cause or whatever, it died out and didn't meet its final goal. Because the anger is being diffused towards random subjects like BTS themselves or, for example, DKDK TV. They don't care, and we don't care either, but if that energy were to be gathered and used for a meaningful cause, the anger could actually make an improvement in the world. So basically, stop shitting on Twitter and throwing your anger at random people and make that anger useful and make yourself useful.
He keeps talking about people be hating on him. What is he getting hate for? Do people not like his video essays on what songs are what? Is that his situation? Because I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with my guy. But yeah, he keeps talking about this like it's a problem for him.
general, they go on promoting anger. They say be angry about things that are not just in this society. However, to the haters, this line has a sarcastic double meaning. It's basically saying, yeah, go off as much as you can until you become ashes and break yourself. Whatever, I don't give a
세상 분노가 지배함 분노가 없음 다 무슨 봐 분노하고 또 분노하고 분노하고 그래 미쳐가고
J-Hope continues to say that he understands that anger is a powerful emotion that moves and rules the world. But then he says that some people these days just can't live without being angry. They're just too angry at every single little thing and they go crazy with it. They're like, ooh, 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 ooh. Once again, he points out that there are thousands of reasons to get angry about. Either if it's for good or bad, it is anger. He says that unleashing your anger is okay, but he doesn't like the anger that harms other people's lives. So he urges haters to stop that. So someone's actions can hurt someone, and someone's words can make someone lose hope, and someone's blink of an eye can become a moment for someone. Someone's anger can cost even the life of someone. Suga spits out of disgust. Although these lines are universal and it applies to all of us, here in particular in this song, because they went to the extent of mentioning a life, personally, I think they had in mind of the tragic incidents that happened in K-pop last year. Stupid and useless actions, words, mockery, and anger were wasted on such meaningless things about idols and celebrities, that some of these celebrities were forced to make a very unfortunate decision. If you think this is a stretch, then you should listen to the next verse. This part is an impersonation of haters and netizens. These jobless people keep on saying stuff such as, what's
this Netizen word that he keeps saying as well? I've seen it in comments as well, but I've not really said anything. What does that even mean?
big deal about getting some insults? You guys deserve it because you guys make a whole lot of money anyways. So stop complaining. It's a toll for being famous, so just suck it up. This is the common logic that many netizens would say whenever a celebrity brought up how they are suffering from or are planning to sue hate comments. Try me. Just let me be in your place. Let me be an idol, and I'd be able to deal with all of that, is what the haters keep on saying, justifying the hate comments and undermining the pain celebrities have just because they profit out of publicity. Then the haters say the word ahem. Now this sound or word is used in English as well, simply to clear out your throat or show that you're present or give an invisible message to somebody who's dumb, who's not able to read the atmosphere, or to nullify the awkwardness after saying something embarrassing and on, like something like that. Anyways, as you see a lot of ahems in this part, I would say that all the usages and contexts would actually fit in. However, just to add one extra point of view as a Korean, the sound ahem was mostly used by 양반 or 꼰대s in Korea. So 양반 is a privileged noble class during the Goryeo Joseon dynasty that knew how to read Chinese and study Confucianism and were superior in class to all the other classes such as mechanics, merchants, farmers, and slaves. These 양반s would use the word in diverse situations like when they needed their servants or when they would scold them or try to show off their nobleness.
우린 과거를 보러 가는 길일세. 그 쓸데없이 방 차지하고 있는 상끝들 밀쳐내고 어서 방이나 한 칸 마련해 놓게.
보시다시피 양반님네 성화가 보통이 아니요.
먼저 숙박한 사람을 내쫓다니 이게 무슨 경우야? 그리 못하오.
아니 저놈이 지금 뭐라고 짓거리는 게야?
가만 좀 있어 보시게.
양반님네들이 저리 순하게 나오시는데 방 좀 같이 쓰셔야겠소.
그래요.
제대로 된 과거도 아니고 그까지 잡고 하나 보는데 뭘 그리 볼 게 많은가?
사람 목숨 다룬 일이 그리 만만한 줄 아십니까?
그래봤자 의원 나부랭이가 아니냐. 너희들 하는 일을 의학이 아니라 의술이라고 부르는 이유를 모르겠더냐?
Also, 꼰대 basically means a boomer in the workspace or someone older than you that tries to force their way without any logic or reasonable reason just by the fact that they're born earlier than you. These 꼰대s casually use ahem to give nunchi, which is a Korean thing that basically means figure out what I mean or what I want without me having to say it with my own mouth. The magic...
That whole system ain't gonna work for me. What? What's the other word? Conde? Yeah, conde. Nah, son. If having a conde attitude and then tell me I need to figure out some nunchi, I'm gonna have a problem with it, brother. What are you talking about? You better use your words, you grown ass man. Oh, nah. Oh, that'd be so stressful working with somebody like that.
Figure out what I mean or what I want without me having to say it with my own mouth. The magic word would be ahem, and everybody would have to shut up and comply. So the word ahem has a complex usage and nuance in it, but basically it would be best if you understood it as these internet keyboard warriors who think they are morally perfect, better than you, sitting on their high horses, trying to shush you and give you nunchi and saying, suck it up.
My only thing with the fame situation is it's a personal outlook, one. But my thing with the fame and the hate thing is, especially with the internet side of it, I came into the world on a very particular technological cusp. So I have been there for the emergence of internet, social media, connectivity, like dial up, fiber optic, all of it. All of these things. Habbo Hotel, all that. The Sims, I've been doing it for bare time. And my belief since then till now, despite actually knowing that for some reason people just have not decided to do the thing that I've said, why the fuck don't you just log off? Like, you do not have to inhabit the spaces online that treat you poorly to do anything, especially if you're famous. You can run your social media through somebody else. You don't even have to see your social media if you are famous. If you do decide to participate and see hateful comments, you can just log off or just not read them. But again, the major fix, just log off. This is why I say online hate leading to other things, even though I do know, especially in the idol world, these things have led to people actually taking their lives. So this is why I'm not discounting the harm or the hurt that it can do. I'm just saying, me personally, why don't folks just log off, and why is that not being done? I just don't get it. I'm truly confused at how somebody continues to interact with a space that provides them more negativity than positivity. And when there is a feature where you have to log in to gain access, or you can close access to your real life world by logging out, I just don't get it. I'm so confused. This is why I say I don't understand, like, cyberbullying. Not to say it's not real, just at a certain level, you're not actively participating by trying to be like, oh, well, I can use Twitter, we'll say, and then I should be able to use Twitter, even though people are talking bad about me on Twitter. Well, then you can't use Twitter no more. And yeah, that does seem unfair, but what is more important, your personal mental health or your stand to say that you should be able to use this social media platform? Because that's what that comes down to me then is. Well, if they don't log out and they just keep interacting, aren't you making an active choice to interact with a space that is going to be predominantly negative? Again, it's just my own personal thoughts, and I'm confused by it because I'm always of the mind of, I'm just going to log out. I have time for this. I'm leaving.
So yeah, you could replace the ahems with the words like suck it up, get over with it, or shut up. While BTS is receiving all these ahems, if you listen carefully to the tone they're rapping with, you can feel a sense of sarcasm, which means at one point, BTS is saying the same thing, ahem, vice versa to the haters as well. In conclusion, this song is mainly about BTS's anger against how people these days waste their precious anger, emotions, time, and energy in stupid things like mocking celebrities, BTS, and internet figures, and on, which sometimes lead to tragic incidents. When this anger could actually be used in a revolutionary way to bring change in history or positivity. Therefore, Ook is not a direct diss song about the haters because it seems like BTS has elevated to a level where they don't even care anymore about human trash. It's bigger than the haters. It's a declaration about the emotion anger itself and a lament on the modern day social contextual usage or waste of anger.
All right, BTS. I don't know if this is ooh or instead of how I would read it in a rap lyric, but this was nice to actually check out because I was like, I totally. If you seen the reaction, that one got past me because I'm like, I have no idea. They just sound really angry. I don't know, and like really aggressive versus now really understanding the nuance of certain words and how these things all play like a cultural meaning. Now it really mean like I really get the song. 'Cause ain't no way I'm gonna know that this is a diss song or a social commentary on the relationship between celebrity and we'll say the general public, or not just the general public, but haters and people that just are malcontents on the internet that are just dickheads. So that's why I'm happy I've checked this out. More BTS content coming. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel, stopping by if this is your first time, any of it. Thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate you all. And I say this because maybe, not even maybe, I know for a fact I've not gotten 0.01% of hate while doing YouTube or any of the stuff that I'm doing online. So I know my particular interaction with the internet is very individual, and in that individual interaction I would just like to say thank you to you guys, especially the army, because you guys have really been either super supportive or just very nice, or if we do have, we'll say, disagreements, they have been mature conversations about things that you guys either feel like I may not have understood or how my point may have been misunderstood, and we've come to better places in the end of it. So this is why, after finding out the type of song this is, I would just like to say thank you guys very much. I do appreciate it. That said, that's going to be it for me on this one. If you could please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.